Good afternoon. Hey, I promised you the best and the brightest, and I have another one for you. Mr. Royal Banks, how are
How
you?
you doing?
All
Nice to meet
right,
you.
good to see you again. Royal and I have quite a bit of history. I have known you, since your senior year in high school, since 2008.
2008. Yep, 2008.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you've gone on and done some amazing things.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're a
hmm
graduate of Tuskegee University.
Graduate of Tuskegee, first lieutenant now in the Army. I've
Yes.
just got promoted to first lieutenant.
Awesome.
Thank you. I
Congratulations.
appreciate it. And I worked in human resources as an HR coordinator at Purdue Farms recently. So I have
Awesome.
that type of experience.
Okay, yeah,
hmm
that's your HR
That's my HR background.
background.
Absolutely.
And you also own a company called Resume Hustle.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Recently started. Recently started.
yes, yes. But doing good, from what
Absolutely.
I
So
understand.
far,
I
doing
love your
really good.
website.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
yes. What's the web address again?
ResumeHustle.com.
Great. Okay.
ResumeHustle.com.
All right. Okay.
hmm
That's for you, viewer. I know it.
Absolutely.
Yes. But yeah, what exactly does Resume Hustle provide
Okay.
for folks?
Resume Hustle provides resume editing, cover letter editing, LinkedIn profile editing, as well as interview coaching services, especially for our generation, millennials, entry level people, people who have just graduated college or are going to graduate college in the near future, who are looking for that internship or their first entry level or maybe even their second job.
Mm,
That's what it's mainly tailored for because we need a lot of help.
right, that's
hmm
true. You're right. Things have changed a lot,
hmm
and with the job market period has changed to me tremendously since I was initially looking when I was your
Absolutely.
age.
Absolutely.
But what would you say are some of the key ways that the resume has changed?
Ooh, man. Okay. Well, first off, a lot of people used to, or they still do, put objectives on the top of their resume.
I have objective on
You
mine.
don't have to do that anymore. You
Really?
don't have to do that
Okay.
anymore. You can put a summary of qualifications, which
Okay.
shows your skills at the very, very top and
hmm
highlights what you have to offer from the beginning. Also, there are people who do video resumes. They record themselves on video, take about 30 to 60 seconds to highlight the skills that they have, and put that as a link on their actual resume so that when a recruiter looks at it online, he or she can click on it and it'll say
Oh,
video resume and it'll go to a YouTube page, which will
hmm
have their, I've done it actually,
yes.
and it's also on my LinkedIn as well. See how
That's
you can
neat.
cross
Yes,
function just like
yes,
that? So
yes.
the resume has changed. You can also, it's different ways. Online CV, I believe, is a website that you can use
hmm
that you can upload your information from LinkedIn for a resume or curriculum vitae,
Okay.
and you can customize it to make it look very sleek in design, and you
Okay.
can use that to submit. So the
Yes.
resume is adding a little bit more spice nowadays. It doesn't have to be boring little sheet of paper
Yes.
that a recruiter is going to look at for about 3 seconds and toss it.
That's pretty amazing.
hmm
So back to the video resume though, you said about 30 to 60 seconds. And
hmm
is there a certain segment of people as far as the type of job who that's probably more
Mm,
conducive for?
I wouldn't say there wouldn't be a certain segment. I would say maybe more techie people or techie
Mm,
recruiters might like it a little bit more. But I believe that the video resume or those highlighting your skills
mm,
allows you to make a better first impression. I mean, you think
mm.
about it, recruiters look at nothing but sheets of paper. When
True.
they look at you, all you are is a sheet of paper in the
Yes.
beginning.
hmm
So even if they look at it online and they see your resume, they say, video resume, what is that? Click on it, they see that
Yes.
video of you, no matter what the industry is. It can be
That's
nursing,
true. That's
it could
true.
be human resources, it could be
hmm
tech, it could be engineering. And if it's
Right.
just you being professional, being
Yes.
distinct, and able
hmm
to enunciate what you want to do and how you can
Yes.
offer your assets to the job,
hmm
there you have
Yeah.
that sets you apart from 3,000 other people that are applying for the job.
Definitely. Yeah, it definitely sets you apart because
hmm
most everybody else is just going to send in a piece of paper.
Absolutely.
Yes.
hmm
Now, and what's your opinion these days about just going to a facility? Have you had any
Well,
real luck with
when I
that?
was working at my previous employer, people would ask that.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people of the older generation would ask that.
Yes.
The prior generation would ask that.
Right.
And we would always say, just go on the website. Because recruiters use something called applicant tracking systems.
Okay.
Talio, Balance Track, etc., where they track your resume. They track your application. They see it online because
Yes.
it's much easier than
Mm-hmm.
they can
Right.
filter through it. They can
Okay.
do all types of stuff. Going up there, especially for a big corporation like Microsoft
Yes.
or the CDC or something of that nature,
A lot of times you can't get in.
you can't even
too.
get in. Honestly,
Right.
at my last job, you had to have a security clearance to even go through there.
Okay. Right.
Well, not a government security clearance, but
Yes.
clearance by security to even get through the gate.
Yes.
They wouldn't let you in, so they just want you to apply online. That's the way we track it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. And would you say that the time frame for job hunting is probably pretty, what I am reading is like 6 months to
Yes, it's
about even 18 months.
Ooh, that's a long time. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
It could be from 3 to 6 months, even a little bit longer,
Okay.
depending on what you have to offer
I
to
see.
that employer. I would say this: there were times where I would be looking at an application,
Mhm.
and in the applicant tracking system, those applications would expire after 2 months.
Okay.
So sometimes we would say, "Oh man, we really need a guy shipping and receiving." Oh, remember that guy from 2 months ago?
Okay.
I would go back, pull his application, call him up, offer him the job.
Really?
And there's no
Okay.
telling how long he'd been looking for a job.
That's
so
true.
sometimes the recruiters may just go back in their stack. And if they remember you,
Right.
they remember your application and those skills that you have,
Yes.
they'll go back and pick it up and
Mhm.
look at it again. So
Wow.
it can take some time. You just have to be a little bit patient.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I know that I know from experience that the job search can be grueling.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say is probably the most effective schedule or regimen to
search for a
operate?
job like you're working at a job.
Mhm.
So if you worked at your previous job from 8 to 5, you need to be searching for a job from 8 to 5.
I hear you.
Okay. You know, when I was unemployed,
Mhm.
I had a goal. I would write it down and say, I'm going to apply for 10 jobs a day. I'll break it up. 5 jobs in the morning, 5 jobs in the evening.
Mhm.
Just like how I was working from 8 to 5, I'll look for jobs for 8 to 5.
Okay.
If you apply for 10 jobs a day, that's 50 jobs a week, Monday through Friday, 200 jobs a month, maybe 180 if you slack off a little bit.
Mhm. That's
There you have it. That's a lot
of
of jobs. When I was unemployed, I'd probably apply to about 250 or so jobs.
Goodness.
So you gotta
Yes.
just push it out there.
Yes. Just be incredibly persistent.
Incredibly persistent. That's your job. Your job is to look for a job.
Yes. Yes.
Your job.
Golly. And what do you find to be some of the better sources?
For
job hunting.
I like Indeed.com. It's one of the best aggregators out there.
Okay, I've seen that one.
One of the best things you can use, one of the best tools is LinkedIn.
Okay.
And just up until about a year ago, I wasn't that serious about my LinkedIn. But your LinkedIn is a living, breathing profile of you and your skills and your resume. It allows you to connect to people who post the jobs, to look within companies, to have status updates, etc. And when recruiters are looking for people to work at their company, or they see your job application, the first place they'll go is Facebook.
Yes.
To look at how crazy or not crazy your profile is, and LinkedIn. I've had it a couple of times where a recruiter will say, "Roy, we really like your resume. I'm gonna connect with you on LinkedIn to see if we can continue talking." That's how they continue to communicate with you. And when they go on your LinkedIn, and you have a headline on your LinkedIn, it'll say, you can put in whatever. So a lot of people in their headline put their job title. Well, there's a trick on LinkedIn that will help you. You will go in and on your headline, you would say what you have to offer. So my headline now on LinkedIn says HR coordinator dedicated to recruiting the best and brightest to your organization.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That gives the what you do
and what I have to offer.
How you do it, what you have to offer.
And here's the key: when recruiters look for people on LinkedIn, so they'll type in their job search HR coordinator. What's the first keyword that pops up? HR coordinator. When I did that, within a day, I had 2 recruiters call me and say, "Hey, are you interested in this position?"
Wow, that's outstanding.
Little tips